My name is Eric. I'm 53 years old next week. I've been incarcerated now for 13 years out of a 16 to life sentence. And right now I'm in Sing Sing Correctional Facility, housed in the Honor Block.
Tell me about the person that you were prior to coming to prison and who the person you are now.
Very distraught, angry. Grew up in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. I got involved with, doing drugs, as a crutch to my depression. And I originally worked in the garment district, sales representative. I did that for many years. I got family members in that field. I also worked for an energy service company, did very well at one point. But I wasn't satisfied, I guess. I committed burglaries in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, string of them, which resulted in my conviction. So hopefully now, I've learned that, all of my family members pretty much dwindled during the course of my incarceration. My mother had passed. She was a 9/11 survivor. She worked at Merrill Lynch, diagonally across the street from the towers. She inhaled the pulverized glass fumes that subsequently caused fungus in her lung, and she passed from COPD due to complications of 9/11 on February 2nd, 2017. I do have a brother. He's out of state. He's in the Navy. He's touch and go though, So I've pretty much been on my own during the course of this bid. But despite all that, I had to kick off the dust and move forward. College was definitely a way to escape a lot of the ills associated with prison. I don't hang out too much in the yard. I only socialize with people that were like minds, that would want to go into the direction of, making the best of this experience. Try not to go out the same way you came in. Working on my bachelor's right now on June 1st. And so that was a big accomplishment for me.
What grades did you finish prior to being incarcerated?
GED, that's it. I got it right here in prison.
I
guess because of my family background, from where I'm from, the Upper East Side, people and the jobs that I had, people would assume that I had an education. I just didn't. I was just able to speak well and be in these arenas only from the strength of my family members and just learning and piggybacking off of them. But most of the time now, hours at a time, every day, I'm in my cell studying, in the wee hours, burning the midnight oil, typing up my papers. They do have a computer lab here, we can do your papers, but I prefer to be in the comfort of my own cell, It's quiet, and where I'm at in the Honor Block, there's not a lot of the screams or music going on, or, you hear the officer. Sometimes you don't hear or see an officer for hours on end, which is great. So I'm in my own headspace and I'm studying. I got books all over my bed. The size of my cell, mind you, is about the size of a bathroom. Good thing though, because it's Honor Block, they leave the cells open from 6:30 in the morning to 10:30 at night. So it has a lot of amenities that are not afforded to the general population. You can use the phone all day, the tablet, there's an ice machine, you can cook. There's a cat there, tiger, so we feel a little bit more human. So it just makes the bid go so much better. A lot of individuals there, mind you, are those like myself who are in college or college graduates, masters included, programs. There's a music program here, Carnegie Hall. Who would think Carnegie Hall would be in a place like prison, right? Yeah, Common was here not so long ago the other day.
So tell me about Honor Block. Is the name indicative of how you get there?
Yeah, so you have to be first in the facility for at least a year without disciplinary. You're right to be put on the list, and you still have to maintain your disciplinary. Because there's only 88 cells there, the list is long. So it takes up to 4 years without ticket, which is very difficult.
Who are you today that is different than the person that walked in?
Today, I think I'm more compassionate, society, being more responsible. That's what college has done, first of all. It fostered responsibility, right? And helped me critically think. And in prison, it's difficult anyway. You don't want to divulge too much information. You got to be very careful who.
How is the reality of prison versus what you thought you knew?
Could be violent. It's all depends where you want to go and what like some people opt to be part of a gang, for whatever reason. People like that camaraderie. I don't like that kind of attention. I just think that something as such just welcomes violence. I'm not a violent person. My crime, burglary, is by statute is violent because they say that it could escalate the violence, and then somebody comes home. I got a 16 life sentence. I've seen some other notorious crimes that supersede mine and get nowhere near that time.
So earlier you talked about your mom. Is there anything you want to share about her?
Before she passed, I remember being at her deathbed. I was able to get that visit, and she had said, I'm very proud of you. She knew that I was pursuing my education, and she said, I'm sorry that I failed you, and I said, no, you did not, it was all on me. She did nothing, for me to move in that direction. So I said, Mom, I'm going to be okay. Gonna pass like that.
Yeah. It's beautiful that you got to be by her side. I haven't heard of somebody or haven't talked to somebody that's currently incarcerated that's had the opportunity to get leave like that. Was that hard to...
Brother was there, my sister, but I didn't just have the bedside visit. I was also afforded the opportunity to go the following 2 days later at the funeral as well. And I got to talk to other people that I only knew about, her background, family, friends, loved ones. And there I was, shackled and handcuffed. They only maybe heard about me, so I'm approachable. I know you see me here with cuffs. It's not the worst thing that you could possibly do. You could be in prison. Hopefully this will pass soon. So actually, that relaxed people, because they was just like, oh my God, here's this guy that's... Yeah. And they was able to come and, talk to me for some time, so that was kind of cool. When I took my education, from what I understand, the parole board, they look at it like the recidivism rate at that time was less than 1%. So that was my thing, to assure them that I'm not coming back to prison. And I did it for that purpose. I had an ulterior motive. I said, I got to take this college thing. And it wasn't necessarily that I had a passion to learn about things, right? But as I started in the program, my thinking started to change, and I started to have to critically think, and I had to be responsible. I had to do my papers, and I like to get A's. I'm an A student. I have a couple of B's, right? So I work hard, and I started having this pride about when I submit my papers and, eager to know. I said, I know I perfected, I got this, I aced this. So now I understand why the recidivism rate is lower. It develops your character, you start to change your thinking, right? And you're escaping, like I said earlier, the ills of prison. You're removing yourself from that environment, and you're becoming, mature.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys.
Of course. Thank you.